All right, well, good morning to you as we get into your forecast right now. We're taking a break from that snowfall. You can see some of it's coming back again by Eau Claire and also by Prairie du Chien. Let's take a quick look here. As we get a little closer here, you're going to see how this all shapes up going into how this all goes into it with another clipper working through the area right now. As that continues to push eastward, we're going to be seeing breezy and gusty conditions as well as more snowfall and, of course, some colder air coming in from Canada. That will continue on. We'll also see as we get a little bit closer here, you're looking at Ladysmith and Eau Claire picking up that snowfall, carrying over for the more of that snowfall coming by for the late morning hours leading into your noon hour. That's where we're going to get the biggest batch of snowfall to finish out for today, coming right through again all the way into the evening commute. And eventually that starts to taper off by the 5 o'clock hour. And then we'll see that snowfall back off as more flurries kind of working down southward. By the time we get in the 5 o'clock hour, we're pretty much done. And then we go back into more of that snowfall trying to track back in, but it stays well to the east. We'll get into how this all shapes up for your Saturday. We're seeing some snowfall returning as we go overnight going into your Sunday, with another batch coming in around the morning hours for folks going to service. We'll also see more of that down to the south as well, then tracking farther south as it continues to dig down to the east, southeast out of the region. More snow is going to drop it down. Again, we could see up to another inch of snowfall or less, then picking up again another line coming in by the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour, and then we're pretty much done with the snowfall. However, we still have the breezy and gusty winds leading through Sunday and then tapering off on Monday, which is a holiday. We'll also find ourselves getting up to a couple of inches of snow, maybe 2 to 4 inches of snow up to the north. We're also seeing fewer batches now. Yesterday, this was showing 4 to 8 inches for Eau Claire. Now that's backed out clear. That was just a no-brainer, but we're also seeing maybe 1 to 3 inches of snowfall, possibly to finish out over the last few days here as we go into more snow on the way for Saturday and Sunday. Then we get into Saturday's highs. We're looking at least 15 degrees. Cooler conditions coming in, breezy and gusty winds, also in blustery conditions for Saturday, leading into Sunday with some winds that will pick up as well, getting up to maybe 25 miles per hour with gusts a little bit higher, up to near 30. We'll get into Sunday's lows, though. Temperatures begin to continue to drop. You're looking at -1 to about 5 degrees out there. Then snowfall comes back again for Sunday. You're looking at temperatures running back into the teens again. And then as that finishes out, we go back into Monday, where it's going to be much colder. You're looking at least the highs from -1 to about, say, 8 degrees as you get into areas right by New Albany. La Crosse at 5, down to Prairie du Chien about 6, and of course Eau Claire about 5 degrees. You'll see wind chills kicking up as well. You'll see how cold it gets, maybe up to at least, about, say, -18 or so for areas right by La Crosse. As we get into the 4 o'clock hour, -22 for Viroqua. We'll hold on how this all shapes up over the next few days, my friends, where we're looking at least 60% chance of snowfall to finish out. We started out overnight last night with about 100% chance. Now we're going to finish out the day with a 60% chance. Snowfall is on the ground, as I mentioned already before. We're going to be seeing at least maybe an inch or so picking up as we got today, and maybe all the way through Saturday we could probably see about another inch possibly coming back again. And then by Sunday we'll see that possibly bringing in maybe an inch or less in the forecast for you there, with a 60% chance carrying over for not only in the morning but in the afternoon. We get into Monday, drier conditions, but of course it's going to be much colder. You see that temperature about 5 degrees for your high. It is a holiday, holding on to the possibility of Tuesday, and Wednesday now is a 20% chance, but we're seeing temperatures back in the teens again, so we're not as cold, holding on to at least cooler conditions with temperatures rising back to the 20s as you get into Wednesday, then a drop back down again for Thursday and Friday. I suspect we may be seeing more chances of snowfall coming in to finish out the end of next week. Be safe and have a wonderful day out there.